Imagine a team struggling to find its identity, a team desperate for a spark that could flip the entire script of their season. Now imagine that spark arrives in the form of one of the NBA's greatest shooters, a player who has spent his entire career mastering off-ball movement and relentless perimeter shooting. That player, Klay Thompson. His arrival to the Mavericks isn't just a signing. It's a seismic shift that changes everything about how this team will play, attack, and win. Klay Thompson's decision to join the Mavericks on a 3-year deal has sent ripples through the NBA world. After the dramatic and somewhat bittersweet end to his time with Golden State, many wondered if Klay could still deliver the elite performance that once defined him. But here's the truth. Despite age and injury setbacks, Thompson remains one of the most dangerous weapons in basketball, especially when it comes to what he does off the ball and his unmatched three-point shooting. For over a decade, Klay has made his living without dominating the ball. His entire game is built on smart, sharp off-ball movement, slipping through screens, setting picks, and cutting precisely to create shooting opportunities. And when it comes to knocking down threes, his numbers are staggering. Few in NBA history have combined this level of movement with that kind of shot-making. His role in Golden State's championship runs was defined by these skills, and those same skills are exactly what the Mavericks need to elevate their offense. Remember the NBA Finals last season? One of Boston's smartest moves was to assign their defender, Tat, to shadow the Mavericks' big man, and then switch screens involving Luka, Doncic, and Kyrie Irving. This strategy shut down Dallas's pick-and-roll game and forced their stars into one-on-one matchups, stalling their offense. In response, Dallas tried to inject more lateral movement by giving Tim Hardaway increased minutes, but the results were disappointing. Hardaway struggled to make an impact, shooting poorly and failing to contribute meaningfully. That's where Klay's unique skill set shines brightest. Unlike many shooters, he thrives in motion offense, where constant movement and screen actions create confusion and open shots. His lateral movement, whether through down screens, cross screens, or handoffs, is second to none. When you have a player like Thompson, defenses can't just settle into their standard coverage. They have to chase, switch, and adjust constantly, which opens up spaces and opportunities for teammates like Luka and Kyrie. Even though Klay isn't the explosive player he was in his prime, his injuries have slowed him down and reduced his ability to attack the rim. His ability to move without the ball and hit tough shots from deep still puts immense pressure on defenses. Back in 2015 or 2016, it was nearly impossible for defenders to overplay him because he was so dangerous putting the ball on the floor. Nowadays, that explosiveness has faded. His drives to the basket are fewer and far less frequent, and he's become one of the league's least efficient two-point scorers. But his shooting remains elite. That's crucial. Looking at his attempts near the rim reveals a sharp decline from 3 or 4 shots every 75 possessions early in his career to barely 1 now. His free throw rate has also dropped, meaning he's not drawing fouls or getting to the line like he used to. What this boils down to is simple. Klay's scoring comes almost exclusively from jump shots. When those shots aren't falling, as in some games where he's gone 0 for 10 from 3, it looks grim. But because he's historically one of the greatest shooters ever, defenses never dare let him get comfortable. They have to game plan around him, which changes everything on offense. What's most exciting about Thompson's move to Dallas is how well he fits into their current system. Unlike Golden State's roster, which lacked rim threats and relied heavily on wing slashers who weren't strong kick-out passers, Dallas boasts elite finishers like Christian Wood, JaVale McGee, or whoever they pair alongside Luka and Kyrie. These players can attack the basket, drawing defenders inside and creating more open looks for shooters. This perfectly complements Klay's game, giving him more clean, stationary three-point chances where he's deadly accurate. Moreover, the Mavericks' offense already thrives on perimeter isolation and high pick-and-roll action. Klay's lateral movement and off-ball skills add a new dynamic layer to these sets. Think back to how Dallas positioned their second star, just 1 pass away from the ball handler during isolations in the playoffs. This spacing strategy opened lanes and made It's almost impossible for defenders to provide help without leaving someone open. Klay, playing a role one pass away from Luka or Kyrie, fits seamlessly into this approach, forcing defenses into impossible choices. So yes, while Klay Thompson's career has evolved, his skill set and basketball IQ still make him a tremendous asset, maybe even more so now, given how much defenses have to adjust to keep him contained. The Mavericks didn't just add another shooter, they added a player who can change the way defenses operate, unlock teammates, and create opportunities that didn't exist before. And that's why Klay Thompson changes everything for Dallas. Klay Thompson's arrival to Dallas isn't just about adding another shooter, it's about transforming the Mavericks' entire offensive identity. When defenses face Klay, their whole approach has to shift, and that ripple effect is exactly what makes him so valuable. You don't just defend Klay Thompson. You try to solve a constantly moving puzzle that forces mistakes and opens lanes for others. One of the most thrilling things about Klay's game is how his off-ball movement creates chaos. He's mastered the art of using screens, whether it's a down screen, cross screen, or handoff to free himself from defenders. He's so well versed in this that defenders often find themselves out of position before Klay even catches the ball. That split-second advantage is huge, especially when you're playing alongside two of the most dynamic offensive players in the league. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving defenses hate switching on Klay. His length, shooting ability, and quick release mean that when a switch happens, someone usually ends up with a bad matchup. If you try to sag off him, he'll catch and fire a three almost instantly. If you guard him tightly, his off-ball cuts and screens create opportunities for Luka or Kyrie to attack or find open shooters. This means Klay doesn't just score points, she opens the floor in ways few others can look at. How Dallas struggled last season when their offensive spacing was limited. Without reliable shooters constantly moving and forcing defenders to make tough decisions, the offense could become stagnant, especially in crunch time. Klay's presence will force defenses to stay honest, preventing them from doubling Luka or Kyrie as often because they can't afford to leave Klay open. This will create more one-on-one opportunities for the Mavericks stars, exactly the kind of space they thrive in. The beauty of this is in the details. Klay is not just a shooter, he's a basketball brain. He reads defenses instinctively, knowing when to cut, when to pop out for a shot, and when to slip a screen. His timing and decision-making are key reasons why he's so effective, even when he's not at 100% physical strength. These are skills that don't disappear with age, they grow sharper with experience. And don't forget Klay's shooting splits. Since returning from injury, while his overall volume of shots at the rim and free throws has dropped, his percentage on wide-open threes remains elite around 45%. That's an insane number, especially in today's NBA, where spacing and three-point shooting rule the game. Every wide-open shot Klay takes is a potential momentum shifter. A chance to swing the game in Dallas's favor. It's not just about the points either. Klay's shooting gravity creates space not just for himself, but for the whole team. His constant movement and ability to hit tough shots force defenders to stay glued to him, which means teammates get more room to operate. This is what makes Klay's impact so much greater than just his individual scoring numbers. The Mavericks have often struggled with consistency around Luka and Kyrie. Adding Klay provides a reliable weapon who can step in and take pressure off the stars. In moments when Luka or Kyrie get trapped or defended tightly, Klay's presence gives Dallas an outlet, a player who can make the defense pay instantly for leaving him open, even beyond scoring. Klay's veteran leadership and playoff experience bring an intangible boost to the Mavericks. His calm demeanor and ability to perform under pressure give the team a psychological edge. He's been in the trenches, faced the biggest moments, and come out on top. That kind of experience is priceless, especially for a team with championship aspirations. Now imagine the scenarios this opens up. Luka running a high pick-and-roll with Klay, setting a screen and then popping out for a three. Kyrie driving and kicking out to a moving Klay who catches and shoots without hesitation. Or Klay's classic backdoor cut slipping through a defense that's too focused on stopping the ball handler. These aren't just plays, they're game-changing sequences that force defenses to rethink